Well, welcome back again to another episode of the Proclaim podcast here at First Baptist Blakely, where we're using this as an opportunity to reach folks that, with the gospel. And our goal as a church, our mission statement is proclaiming Jesus from generation to generation. And with that, what we've been doing over the last few weeks is every Thursday we've been putting out a video where we have interviewed our different ministry leaders and other people in the church as well. And this week, we've got our senior adult team, our leaders here, Mr. Aubrey Moree and his wife, Miss Alicia Moree. And we're excited to hear from them, hear their story of faith, how they met each other. I'm sure that's going to be fun, right? Yeah. We're excited about that. I've known them for a little while, and with ties to Seminole County and all that good stuff, and some of my folks over there. So it's going to be interesting to hear some stories.
It sure is.
We're going to draw out some stories today, right?
Yeah, I'm excited. I mean, in the ministry, we get to know people, we get to know y'all, we get to know everybody, but we, on a deeper level, we sometimes don't get to know everybody on a super deep level. So I'm excited to bring some deep secrets out of Aubrey today. Real excited.
I'm an open book.
I hear you.
Opening Pandora's box, probably.
Yeah, that's right.
There you go.
Yeah, but I mean, with that being said, and he just kind of mentioned as well, I want to know a little bit about y'all, how y'all met, and how long y'all been married, stuff like that. So,
I knew his brother and sister-in-law, and for several years, and they introduced us, sort of. His brother just brought him to my house, and we were married 7 months later.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And that was 38 years ago last Thursday.
Wow.
That's right. We just went to the
love at first sight
marriage retreat.
That's right.
And y'all weren't y'all the
We were
longest married?
Longest married.
That's right.
I saw you almost said oldest.
I did.
I was watching that, man.
I wasn't quite
I'm gonna save the digs till we start talking a little bit.
That's right. Go ahead.
I'll save those. But so y'all been married for 38 years.
Yes.
That's awesome.
That's good. That's impressive.
That is very impressive. Just something that the church may not know about y'all. Like we said, like we there's a lot of people that go here, a lot of people that know y'all. But what are some things maybe on a deeper level that somebody at the church may not know about you?
Well,
and that can be like a hobby or really anything.
Yeah.
I mean, it can,
for me, when I met Alicia, we were I was at Valdosta State, and I was a business finance major, planned to get into the banking industry, make a bunch of money.
Right.
And of course, I was enjoying college life quite a bit, and was not walking with the Lord at the time. And we met, got married, got a job with C&S Bank. About to starve to death, making not much more than minimum wage. Outside chasing, repossessing cars. I was running around at night a lot of times down. I'm not going to even say where I was, because there may be somebody who tunes in and says, "Hey, you picked my car up at some point." But you just going out at night and rolling cars out of people's yard because they weren't paying their bills, and it was miserable. It was miserable. I could barely pay my bills, and I really felt for people.
Yeah.
That's tough. And that was back before they made TV shows about folks doing that, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, that's good. That's funny. I didn't know that.
That is interesting.
What about maybe like a fun fact or like a hobbies? I know you like ping pong a lot, right?
No, not a ping pong guy.
Big bowler here.
Not a ping pong guy.
What's some hobbies that y'all like to do?
I like to do most anything outside: fishing, hunting.
Yeah.
I love to get on the tractor and plant feed patches, cut fire breaks, burn, anything outside that just kind of keeps me busy and keeps me active. Kind of does me good. Usually after the sun goes down, I like to read. I do a good bit of reading.
Yeah. What about you, Miss Alicia?
I'm a hermit.
You're a hermit.
I like the inside things. I like to do crafty stuff.
Yeah.
And I make miniatures.
I was about to say, I was hoping she'd bring that up.
Yeah, I make miniatures. So I make primarily 1/12 scale. So what in our world is a foot, in that world is an inch. So that's my most fun thing. If I'm going to be outside, I need to be at the beach. And if I'm at the beach, I am digging for shells. And there are shells all over our house, everywhere. Awesome.
Kelly's mama's the same way. If she's at the beach, she's walking up and down it looking for shells. So.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Shells and miniatures. Those are my, and reading.
That's pretty cool. I've heard about the miniatures. I still haven't seen them.
Have you?
I haven't seen them.
So that's like just miniature houses and people and stuff? Is that what that's like?
I don't make the people. That's a little beyond me. But the houses, I've made. So one year for my parents, my dad was a doctor and my mom sewed all my life. So one year for them for Christmas, I made a building, that half of it is like a little sewing shop and the other half is a doctor's office. I made all the fabric, bolts, the tables, the exam table.
The bedpan.
The bedpan. There's even a little specimen cup in the corner.
That is funny.
That's full.
That's full.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Detail.
Yeah. So it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. That's cool.
I've always been interested in little tiny things. And so.
I did not know that. That's awesome.
So let me ask you this. So y'all are here in Blakely now, but you've kind of been all around, right? So you haven't been here the whole time. So tell us, what are your connections to Blakely and how did you end up settling here after retirement?
Well, when we first grew
up here.
Yes, that's correct. And when we first married, we moved to Camilla. Some church members, Dave Phelps, we all lived in an apartment complex, and we were all broke at the time. So we got together and cooked on the weekends and shared meals and played board games because we couldn't afford to go out to eat, to movie, bowling, or anything like that. So, and then we both felt the call into education and decided that we'd move to Valdosta and went back to Valdosta and over there for a couple of years, finished our degrees there. I was fortunate enough to have made some connections while I was there that allowed us to move to Washington County.
Okay.
And went up there to teach and coach. And then we stayed there. We ended up leaving there and coming to Seminole County. I was there as the head coach for 5 years. And then just made the move. It was just time to move on. They wanted to move on. I needed to move on. And we went up to Forsyth County and stayed there for 18 years. And I had always said that I wanted to come back here. It was just kind of a tug here. The family farm, Alicia's family's farm, and having the hunting and the fishing and that type thing just was a draw. Yeah. We actually, I wanted to work a little bit longer than I did, but my father's health was failing, and just felt the need to call in to come back home and try to help out. Of course, that only lasted, I think we were back here 35 days and my father passed away.
Wow.
But I did get to spend some quality time with him. And so that's basically how we ended up back here.
Yep. Yeah.
You got anything to add on it?
You grew up here at First Baptist, right? Is that right?
I grew up here, and I grew up in First Baptist, yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
Yeah. So her dad was a very well-known doctor here for a long time. Right?
He practiced here 42 years.
Yep. Dr. Giles.
Wow.
Good stuff.
Wow.
Good stuff.
That's awesome. So I kind of wanted y'all to go into just the story of kind of a testimony, short testimony. I know I'd like to hear from both of y'all on how y'all come to know Christ and how He revealed Himself to you and where you at in your life during that point in time. I know I'm excited to hear this because we have shared several testimonies on this podcast so far, but they all look so different, you know? And I know that even being a married couple, sometimes it looks different in that way as well. So your wife can play into that. Your husband can play into that as well. God uses certain people to help you find that salvation. So just kind of go into how y'all found Christ. I don't care who goes first, but one of y'all, Miss Alicia.
I, like I said, grew up in this church and don't know what age, but I was baptized here at a young age, 7, 8, 9. I don't know.
Right.
And went through life. I went on mission trips through this church, and I, played all the parts. And then, but I was playing my life. I was just doing my life. And when it was necessary, when it looked good, I was doing the God thing.
Yeah.
And then we got married, and we were living in Camilla, and we were going to Southside Baptist Church. And you've heard, a revival. You have a revival. So they did a layman's revival there, which meant that a group of people from another church came in. They were not ministers; they were just lay people, and every night someone spoke, and a true revival came to that church.
Wow.
There were 50-something people saved over the course of about a month. Aubrey and I both were one of them. I remember thinking, but I was baptized before, baptized. And I know that I had the head knowledge, but I didn't have the heart knowledge.
Yeah.
And through that revival, I was saved with the heart knowledge of Christ. And I am forever grateful.
Yeah.
Hey, man, that's good stuff.
That's awesome.
Good stuff.
Yes.
Yeah. I think there's so many people that when you grow up in church, it's easy to just automatically think, well, I'm saved, especially if your parents, are really involved in church and stuff. And so, yeah, I'm glad that that the eyes were opened to the truth, to where, because that was almost somewhat similar to my own story about finally realizing that change was that transformation never happened for me.
That's right.
So
Right.
that's a big thing for folks to remember.
In the 80s,
Greatest decade ever, by the way.
well, the rapture was a big thing. The rapture was going to happen any minute.
Oh, yes, it was. It
was going to happen any minute. And honestly, I remember thinking that while I was fighting the Holy Spirit, that we had a baby at the time, and I would go and look in his crib and think, if the rapture happens, he'll be gone and I'll be here, because I don't have that heart knowledge, because I was never changed.
Right.
And I wrestled with the idea but I grew up in church and I was baptized. But still there was that need that I knew was there. And I wrestled with God for a while before I finally just said, this is not right. Head knowledge doesn't get you to heaven.
Yep.
Heart knowledge gets you to heaven. So if you've got the head knowledge, but you don't have the heart knowledge, you need to find that. You need to find that heart knowledge.
Right. Yeah, you wrestle with him long enough, he'll do like he did with Jacob and knock that hip out of socket and get you attention on him.
That is right.
That's funny. Yeah. Aubrey's I know she spoke that y'all were both there at that revival. But kind of tell us how that looked like leading up to that point for you.
Well, as a lot of people don't know, in 1983, the fall after I graduated from high school, I was in a pretty severe, major car accident. My best friend and a girl I was dating were both killed. After that, I went into some pretty dark places throughout my life. Just running and hiding. alcohol became a big issue for me. Just hiding, in alcohol. And so when we got married and began to go to church on a regular basis, and we had a good nuclear group of young married couples that were kind of in the same place we were. And so that was a big part of just structure for me to kind of, I guess, begin cleaning up. And I struggled again with my salvation. Was, I don't know, maybe in a short period of time, got baptized twice, rededicated my life multiple times. Again, just wrestling and struggling. And again, during that lay revival, the altar call and just the important thing to me that that going back any time that there's any, and I've rarely doubted my salvation since that night, but knowing that I can go back to that. I can't tell you the day or the date. I think it was a Friday night, maybe a Saturday night, because this was a weekend revival. But I could, if that building's still standing, and I'm not sure it is, I can take you to the very, very spot that I did business with God.
Amen.
In my mind, I vividly see where I did business with God, and surrendered my life to God. I can remember our pastor, Brother Neil Hager, who I think we all have that one person that you. I mean, Chris is my pastor at this time, but this is the man that I consider, my pastor.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And he's laying on the floor. And he was a very, very, I don't know.
Big man, suit and tie.
Very, just animated, very loud.
Yeah.
Moved around the church, out of the pulpit, down, and he's laying flat on his belly, praying with me.
Yeah.
And so that, to me, that's the most important thing is I can vividly see that day. If there's ever any time that I need to remember how to trust God and His mercy and grace on me, is I can go back to that spot.
Amen. Yeah. He's what we would call a Baptist-costal.
Yes, absolutely.
I don't know. I'd like to see Chris run through the aisles a bit more.
I think that would be interesting for sure.
I do too. Yeah, no, that's good stuff, and I appreciate you opening up about that.
Yeah.
I was just kind of thinking as you were telling that, you said that you don't nearly question something about you don't question God as much as you used to, or something to that effect.
Well, I since that day, I've never had any doubt about my salvation.
Doubt, that was the word you used. Yeah, you said you don't have near as much doubt, but I would like to point out real quick, because I'm sure it's changed for you. Before we are truly saved, when we experience a doubt or we have questions, even it can be simple as questions. Sometimes we often hide from God, and we'll steer away and we'll just tend to ourselves. But I think when true salvation comes, we experience that. Whenever we have that doubt, whenever we have sin, we run to the Father.
Right.
We run to prayer. We run to the Scriptures, and we pray because He will provide answers. I can guarantee you that He will have the answer. And even with sin, that we run to the Father to do that. But I know that that's what you're experiencing now. But it's cool to see that transformation. And it's cool that we're talking about the transformation this past Sunday, but yeah, anyway, I just wanted to point that out. And, as we continue, I know that y'all are saying that y'all are in education. So how did that look? And I'm kind of jumping the gun here, but how did that look transferring from education to senior adult ministry? Because, that's, And I want to put this on the record here. Who is harder to deal with? I'm just kidding.
I'm not answering that question.
I'm just kidding.
I
I'll answer
feel
it
like
for
I've
him.
kind of I feel like I've kind of run the gamut. I've taught every age group in church. Been involved with every age group, from the little guys.
Mission Friends?
Mission Friends.
Right.
That someone said, "Hey, you want to come watch Mission Friends and see what we do?" And I was like, "Sure, I'll come see what you do." And then they said,
When they saw Alicia, they saw sucker right across her forehead.
"Absolutely," because the next week was their last week. And somehow I was doing Mission Friends and I had no idea. And then
funny.
I graduated up to, and then I did like elementary school. I've taught 5th grade. I've taught 7th grade. We worked with the youth when we were in Sandersville. We've just kind of moved up the ranks and never worked with the people our own age until now, because technically we are senior adults, which I don't understand. I don't really feel that way, but
I'm beginning to learn, like, the older you get, that age tends to get, you want to push it further out.
absolutely. It
that
needs to
title
be-
of senior adult.
Well,
Yeah.
growing up, 40 was
Absolutely.
old.
yes,
It was.
Yes, it was.
And now I'm like, no, it ain't.
Not
40
old at
ain't
all.
old at all. That's a
So,
baby.
they're a lot of fun.
Yeah.
They're a lot of fun.
Yeah. So what led you guys into that ministry?
Yeah, where'd your calling come from?
Yeah.
I don't, to me, it started with correct me if I'm wrong, I call it the vision casting that Pastor Chris did. And, the leadership roles that he rolled out that he wanted to begin. And so we were riding home that night. I don't know. God just spoke to me, and I had a feeling that, maybe senior adults was something that Alicia and I should start praying about. So on the way home, I mentioned it to her, and she goes, well, "What do we know about senior adults?" And I was like, I don't know what we know. No disrespect, but I said, we have parents, we've always enjoyed hanging out with our parents. We didn't, as we got into adult life, we came here and we came to Camilla, and we didn't go hang out with friends, go out to dinner with them. We stayed around and did activities with our families. And so, I just,
And he had laid it on my heart too, but that was one of the questions I was asking God, what do I know about senior adults? And then when he mentioned it, I was like, if we're both got that idea, but what do we know about senior adults?
Well, I've seen y'all work in the short time that it's been, but y'all do a great job at keeping things hosted, and sometimes that can be the ministry in itself, is just progressively continuing things on, so the stuff doesn't fizzle out, because we're a busy human race. We like to get busy and let things fizzle out, especially when it comes to church. That should be a top priority. And I love seeing that y'all continue to just keep that a priority for our senior adults, is to be there. And y'all got a big group too. It's a good group.
It's a good group.
Yeah, it really
and
is.
I will say, as far as what groups are easier, we don't have to worry about who's going to get in trouble.
I don't know about that.
Well, they can get themselves out of
I've been on a
it.
trip with y'all.
They can get themselves out of it
For the most
for
part.
the most part.
Yeah.
We don't, we went on a trip. We didn't really have to give anybody a curfew. We didn't worry if they were going to break their curfew.
we didn't tape the doors or anything.
We didn't take the doors shut. You know, we've done all those things. So
Yeah. Well, y'all were in Kentucky. I mean, a trip to Vegas, you'd probably have to tape the door shut.
You might have to.
probably so.
Is that the next
Probably
trip?
so.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Yeah, a mission trip to Vegas. That
Mission
would
trip to
be.
Vegas.
There you go.
Just don't
There
go
you
in the
go.
summer because it's so hot.
I know it. I know
Yes.
It's so hot
Yes.
over there.
it. Yeah, but that's good. That's good stuff.
That's good. Oh, well, tell me this. What so far? Like you've been doing this for what? How long y'all been? A year?
Almost two.
Almost
Yeah,
2
we're-
years.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, I was trying to remember when did all these leadership positions get established, but it has been almost 2 years now. Like what's been the most memorable thing, I guess you could say, that you've done with the senior adults thus far?
Going to the Ark in Kentucky
Yeah.
was phenomenal.
That's the trip. Me and Avery.
I know
Yes.
you snuck your way right in there.
Avery went and had a slew of grandparents.
A
with her.
bus full of
Spoiling
grandparents.
her the entire
A
time.
bus full. I don't know if we'd call it a bus full, but
It was a bus full. She had
the,
she had quite a few grandmothers.
Oh yeah.
you know, to me that was a great trip. You know, and it was I think a blessing for the people that were able to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The two I guess Christmas events that we've had where it's pretty simple. We just come in, bring an ornament, put it on a table. We don't draw names or numbers. We don't do a white elephant, but everyone just goes and picks up a bag
Right.
or a box, whatever it's wrapped, and open it. And then, you know, you show your ornament, and some of them are funny. Some of them are Christ-based, Christmas-based, that type thing. But it's fun to watch just how a little token of something just
so
brings
simple.
joy to people. And
Yeah.
those things stick out to me.
Absolutely. That's good. That's really good. What about I know there's, like y'all said, there's people that impact our lives constantly. So just in the 2 years that y'all have been in the ministry, has there been anybody in particular that has, I don't know, that's impacted you in any sort of way?
Mr. Jerry says
Oh, yes. He seems to be the popular answer.
he's
Don't get a big head, Mr. Jerry. Come on.
Yeah, calm down now. You know, when you never go anywhere, if he's there, he's going to speak to you.
Yes.
He's going to come up to you and say, "Hey, my friend," you know, he's just always just such a positive light, a positive force, always smiling,
Always.
never anything negative.
Unless he's talking about a 7-11 worship song, 7 lines 11 times. He gets on to me for that, but no, I love
funny.
Mr. Jerry.
Just I have really come to appreciate him. The Harrells,
Yeah,
there are way too many to name.
Yeah.
yeah,
You know, just it for me. It's just there's so much faithfulness and so much fruitfulness
yeah.
that
Absolutely.
you see.
Absolutely. Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. It's hard to just stick it to one person. I know we mentioned Mr. Jerry a lot. We have the seniors here are unreal. I mean, they're service hearts at every event. They're
That's
out there
right.
serving. It doesn't matter if it's
Yes, they are.
110 degrees. They're out there serving, and that should be uplifting to people
Yes.
my age, to people in youth.
Gail Harper
Miss Gail Harper, all of them. They are
going after it.
they are
They really
living.
are.
They are being the example that we should live by, and that's awesome. It's awesome that y'all get to be a part of it.
That's one
too.
thing I love about the senior adults is I mean, I compare them to like they're just an older youth group a lot of times, just in the way because
Yeah.
they make one thing I would say is they behave for the most part, but when they want to do something, they're going to do it.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
No matter what the leadership tells them to
Oh, yeah.
or not to do. At least with the youth, I can be like, okay, you're out. All right.
Yeah, no.
But I can't do that with the senior adults.
Yeah.
But one thing I love about the senior adults is they're faithful, right? You know, and man, that they're committed. You know, I wish that was could be said across the board in all of our ministries, but you know, we get so caught up in just the busyness of life, especially in middle school and high school with that group. You know, it's just always one sporting event to another, or this club thing to another, and all that. But with the senior adults, man, they're past all that now, right? For the most part, the only thing a lot of them may be committed to is going camping somewhere. You know, you got to catch the right weekend and make sure they're here.
We got some campers.
Include us, but to me, it's be impossible to name one or 1, 2, 5 people. That the thing that sticks out to me is how appreciative they are of just the littlest thing, smallest thing. You know, whether it's a pot of spaghetti and a salad and a dessert, or a ham sandwich, chicken salad sandwich, and trying to go fishing.
And we the end of last spring, we did just at our house. We had sandwiches at our house, sat around at tables. Some people fished. Everybody else just sat around and talked. And it was just, there was just nothing to it. Yeah. But it was wonderful. Yeah. And everybody loved it. And it was just like, just easy. It's just easy to be with them. And there's so much wisdom in that group.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, you don't, not talking just about biblical things, but about life in general. There's just so much to learn.
100%.
I mean, imagine if we what you're talking about doing at y'all's house in the spring, that's exactly what Acts talks about, you know, when the church got together and they went to each other's homes and broke bread together, you know, and just fellowship with one another. And, you know, I mean, that's what we long for. Absolutely. Right? That's what we need. And then the wisdom that's in them. A lot of times when I go off to a youth pastor conference, what I'll end up doing at some point is I look for the table, because a lot of times they'll break you out in the table, say, hey, go mingle with people. I'm going to look for the table that the silver hair is at. I mean, I'm not just saying that, because I know that those are men and women who have been doing it for years. Yes. And there's just a deep well right there. I just want to dig into it, right?
Yes.
And I'm starting to get my own silver hairs. And so I'm thinking, how much longer will I be the one that this young dude's walking into a conference and say, hey, I want to go talk to that guy?
Yeah. Yes.
And I might mess him totally up, but
that's right. But yeah, I mean, to y'all's point, it's awesome seeing them at these events. I mean, y'all invite us pastors to them. And sometimes we don't have the opportunity to come, or we don't get to, but like whenever y'all are doing stuff over here at the fellowship hall and we come in, just seeing their faces light up, man, that is, they have so much appreciation for things, like you were saying. Mm-hmm. It is just, it's awesome to see. It's awesome to be a part of. The love that they show to this church, to the people in it, is truly uplifting. Amen. It really is. It really is. But so as we continue, have y'all faced any sort of, I mean, and this could be really anything, but have y'all faced any sort of challenges as y'all have transferred into the senior adult ministry? Or has it been
maybe like participation? You know, there's some things, and we do have some people that would go on trips with us that are still working and that sort of thing. So we would like to do a few more trips, but it's kind of hard to plan things still around schedules, because even though, you know, you're talking about a large group of people who are retired, they still have grandchildren. They still have other things going on, and so
doctor's appointments.
And
I'm learning what it meant when you talk to your parents in the afternoon and go, "Hey, what y'all do today?" Well, we you know, for Dr. Giles and Miss Betty, it was we spent the day in Dothan at doctor's appointments. For my parents, it was we spent the day in Albany at doctor's appointments. So I'm beginning to learn that, because I think tomorrow will be my third trip to Dothan to the doctors.
Wow. It's the way it is. So it's still busy life. You know, and so you still definitely have to try to schedule things. It's the same with youth ministry, trying to schedule something on the right weekend,
Oh, yeah.
but then something else could still come up between then and
everybody's busy. It just looks different for people.
It does.
That is true.
It does.
It is true.
Yeah, it really
Very
does.
true.
Sure does. Yeah, so I know that y'all just went on, you were talking about participation on trips and stuff like that. And yeah, I mean, it's hard to commit to something whenever you're gone for a week and stuff like that. And so y'all went to Kentucky, as y'all said just a minute ago, went and saw the Ark. Y'all had a plan for a massive group, right?
We did.
Yeah.
40.
And, 40, and it ended up being 15.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
So even through that process, I mean, this is just an example, but I mean, you can see the faithfulness of God through that whole thing. As y'all had a plan for a massive group, it shrunk to 15. Y'all still got to go anyway and had an amazing time from what I hear.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, I mean,
Would love to go back.
yeah. So, I mean, I think we should take the whole church.
I think we should too.
Let's plan for 200 and take 10.
I agree. 100%.
Just don't do it during graduation season. That's
Yes.
that's
That
that's a
was-
lesson we
That is
learned
true, yeah.
It is.
through the process. Is timing is so important, it just didn't come together until that late, and then there was other commitments people had.
It's definitely a trip you could go probably 2 or 3 times before
Absolutely.
you finally might see everything there is to see.
I don't know
Absolutely.
if you could or not.
Creation
And I mean,
Museum is amazing.
Yeah.
It could have been a different experience with 40 plus people, you know. I mean,
Yes.
that's I mean, you can see the faithfulness of God through that as well. I mean, he knew that there only needed to be 15
Yeah.
people there. Could have been
Yeah.
so.
It,
but,
yes.
I
It
mean-
would absolutely have been a different trip
Oh, yeah.
with 40 people.
No doubt.
So that's cool to hear. I would like to go. I know my wife wants to go real bad.
Yeah.
So we need to start planning that,
All
I
right.
guess.
Yeah.
We need to. But anyway, as we kind of move on, we're going to kind of transition into talking about the future of senior adult ministry. What I guess we can start off by saying what excites you. What are you most excited for about the future of our senior adults?
I think we have the potential to grow, to reach more people. Maybe it's kind of funny, ironic. I don't know what the right word is. The young people that are not of senior adult age, they want to be a part. And then there's some that aren't quite ready to be that are of age that aren't quite ready to admit to be a part. So, but I do see a way for us to grow as a group. Have 60 on a regular basis instead of 35 or 40 on a regular basis. So I think that's what's exciting to me about the future.
Yes.
Right.
And I will say we do not check IDs at the door. So even if you're, not quite there yet, you want to join.
Hey, listen, when I was at Donaldsonville, they had like a monthly senior adult lunch or whatever. I was there 99% of the time, right?
Yeah.
Just because, man, when they get together and they begin bringing all these dishes, I'm like, I can eat. You know
Yes.
what I mean? So it's fun just hanging out, and like you said, just having that fellowship time is so important. Like especially in that age group, because a lot of times I know sometimes a senior adult group can feel like they're almost forgotten in a way, because they've reached the point to where some people think, well, you can't help here, you can't help there, and I'm like, no, you still can. Like I remember we had Mr. Bobby McClendon serving in the youth ministry for a little while, and he was leading one of my small groups, and man, I loved it. And the boys that he was leading absolutely loved it. Right.
Yeah,
when he wasn't there one week, they were like disappointed kind of deal. So, so I mean, y'all can get plugged in and serve anywhere. But man, the fellowship time that y'all get to have through what you guys are doing is it's amazing.
It is.
And I absolutely hate it when we can't come to it, kind of deal.
I know it, but you just hate you're missing the food.
Oh, I miss the people too. Come on, man. I mean, the food's a big part. I mean, if Miss Laura Ann's making some greens, I'm gonna make sure I get them. You know what I mean?
Yes,
Florian's
sir.
making anything.
Hell
Make
yeah.
sure you get it.
Yeah, ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? Well, what are some? I know we all have. Everybody that spoke, me, Bradley, Cam, we kind of spoke on the goals that we have for the ministry as far as where we see it heading in the future. And I know you said you want to see growth, but do y'all have any goals? I mean, really, it can be about growth again, or really anything, activities. Just any kind of goals that y'all may have for the senior adult ministry as we move forward.
I would like to see the senior adults do some like mentoring
Yeah.
of younger people, because there are people who have joined the church, and not just this church. I'm not talking just about this one, but I've noticed in other churches there are people that have not grown up in churches,
Yeah.
and they're coming into church, and service in churches is a big thing, and it's not about, oh, I've got to go. Once I join the church, I've got to go get a job. It's not the job that, yes, there are places that jobs need to be fulfilled, but it's what you get back from that.
Yeah.
So, and just helping people to understand that, this is what we do. This is what we've done, how you can get plugged in to do this, and how serving others serves you.
Yes.
God returns that tenfold.
Amen to that.
And just to help people, understand that it's not just about coming in and bringing your children in, sitting down, hearing the word, and then going home. But there are other places you can get plugged in, and maybe, help it, letting the senior adults help guide that transition into people figuring out where their place is
Yeah.
and how they can help others, and in return reap those benefits.
Yeah, that's we kind of been talking about that here recently. That inward transformation, whenever you have that, and then you go to do service at the church or really anywhere. I mean, and you're doing it to bring glory to God. You're going to get an overwhelming joy from that. And I think that's kind of what that joy that you get from pouring into somebody. When you're doing it for the glory of God, you're gonna get that right back.
Absolutely.
So yeah, that and I asked my wife before this morning when we were getting ready. I said, is there anything you want me to ask them during the podcast? and she said, y'all should definitely talk about discipleship. So, and you mentioned that. And, I mean, I think that'd be really awesome to see more. And we do it here. I'd like to see more intentional discipleship, I think. Because like I said, we're busy people, and I'm saying that for myself as well. I could do a way better job at discipling people and helping out. But I would love to see that. Just from what we were talking about earlier too, is it's amazing to just go and eat dinner with these the senior adults, the wisdom they have, and the experience they have in life, the biblical knowledge they have, and how most of them lead by example.
Yes.
Just that alone is amazing discipleship. And that's why we are so excited for our table talk.
That's right.
That's what it's called,
right.
table talk.
Okay.
And we have some senior adults that are signed up. We'd like to see a whole lot more.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I mean, that is one thing, just thinking about the table talks is we want it to fulfill our mission of generation to generation. So, once we get everybody signed up, we're going to look at the list and we're going to try our best to group them up to where you've got some older adults mixed in with the younger ones and all. And so it's not so that they can have that time to get to know one another over a meal. Right. Yeah. And then just spend time talking about church, talking about a sermon, whatever,
Right.
kind of just give them the freedom to kind of do with it as they feel led to. But we want some senior adults to be sure to sign up for those table talks so we can get those groups going pretty soon. And
But y'all
see
taking
that.
a break here over the summer, hadn't y'all?
We'll
start
start
back in
back,
September.
I think, September 9th.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's right.
One other thing that we haven't really mentioned is laughter.
Yeah.
There's a whole lot of laughing.
There he is.
Yeah, y'all played a game not right before y'all. I don't remember what the game was. But it was one of the last ones y'all did, and I asked how it went, and you said it was the funniest thing that you'd ever
That
been
was
a
the
part
one
of.
Camille Harvin set up. I think we're going to appoint her the official entertainment director of senior adults.
I could see her doing
But
that.
yeah, it was something you didn't know, a secret, and kind of laid them all out on the table, and
Oh yeah.
you picked one up and you tried to guess who
Oh,
that person
that
was.
That's
was.
right.
And so yeah, that was that was quite interesting and enlightening and entertaining.
Yeah. You know, one of the things I've talked about it several times, and it's just time to actually put it into action. Is you mentioned having the senior adults teach these younger ones some things. Man, I would love to. I've seen it or heard about it in the past where some youth ministries, what they'll do is they'll set up a time where, hey, these senior adults can come in and teach these kids how to cook a meal, right?
Yep.
How to change a tire,
How to
right?
sew,
how to
yeah.
how
All
to,
this
how to
different
sew,
stuff.
how to do these different things that a lot of times, you look at the school systems now, and a lot of times they're not learning those simple things that
That's right.
they were doing when I was still in school, even. And I mean,
I need somebody to come teach me how to do my taxes. One of these senior adults.
There you go. and I would love to see that.
Yeah.
I would love to see some practical. Yes.
yeah, we got to make that happen.
We
I'm,
do.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna
We
stop
do.
talking about it and just gonna make it
We
happen.
need to make that happen.
Yeah, because I mean, like you said, and I don't get me wrong, I absolutely loved this whenever I was in school and loved going to school. But we see a lot of our school systems failing not only by taking the Bible out of the classroom, but not by teaching these
Skills.
Basic
common
skills,
basic
yeah.
skills that we need.
Right.
And it's almost like we're moving even farther away from that
Right.
now.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I know there's some hands-on stuff that is available at schools, but yeah, that'd be cool to see. I never even thought about that, but
Yeah.
having that
Definitely.
available here at church would be next
I'd
level.
love to do it for sure.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
We
Well,
need to get together on that.
Exactly.
since we've talked about what the senior adults can do for the rest of the church, what can we do as pastors, as music ministry, youth ministry, even to women's ministry? I know Cam's going to be watching this. Children's ministry, everybody. What can we do to connect, support, and help our senior adults in the future as we move forward? I know we're doing
wasn't
such a
even
great
sure.
job
No,
already.
Prayer.
yeah, just continued prayer that it just that we grow and that we do the vision, I guess, or the purpose of the ministry is more about fellowship.
Sure.
Yes.
It's about giving us a time as senior adults that we can get together, kind of unwind, if you want to say, and just so that and possibly just find some opportunities, because I think this group of senior adults still have a lot of opportunity or abilities
Yes.
to serve
Oh,
or
absolutely.
to
Most definitely.
do a service event
Yeah.
of some type that because I think back to Vacation Bible School and the amount of senior adults that were involved, maybe not as so much in teaching or recreation and all, but cooking and logistics and that type thing.
Exactly.
So
Absolutely.
just anytime that there's a need, let us know and let's see what we can pull together to.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no doubt. I mean, the church, well, for one, it wouldn't exist without the senior adults, right? Just as much as it wouldn't exist without the children's group, and so we all play a big role in just the life of the church in general as part of that full body. Like, you know, the body doesn't operate right without this part or that part. It's the same within the church itself. And so I think it's important for all of us to remember the senior adults, you know,
Absolutely.
to reach out, to love on them just as much as we love them loving on us, you know, kind of deal. So definitely it needs to be a ministry we don't forget about and make sure that the church as a whole is getting plugged in and,
sure.
you know, connecting with them just as much as we want them to connect with the rest of the church.
Going off what you said, I mean, it's arguably the most important now than it's been in the entirety of this church's history, because we've seen an influx, which we've prayed for. We've seen an influx of younger families coming into the church. I mean, this church used to be like 90% senior adults, and now it's almost half and half, or I don't know the exact numbers, but with that being said, they're not just put to the side. They're in need more now than they've ever been for that discipleship that we've been talking about. So yeah, I mean, that just in knowing that should be uplifting to our senior adults, because we need them. We need them to
most definitely
disciple our everybody. I mean, yeah, we need them for sure. I need them.
For me, I've seen it every year. You know, during grad season, we do we call it what do we call it? Senior to senior or something. Anyway, we take a graduating senior and we get an information sheet about them, and we go to our senior adult classes and we're like, hey, take a kid, you know, and spend the next, you know, month or two praying over them as they get ready to graduate and send notes and, you know, little gifts if you want to do that, just to encourage them. And man, those seniors every year, they're bugging me the whole time. Who's my senior adult? Who's doing this? You know, who's the one that I'm getting this letter from randomly? Because we want them to keep it anonymous until grad Sunday, and then they can reveal who they are. And so, I mean, the kids absolutely love it. And in fact, this last time, I had one parent that told me, she was like, hey, next year, I want to be a part of that. Can you give me a kid? Because, man, my son really enjoyed it, you know, kind of deal. And so it's just encouraging to see the connection being made there. So we need to do that more often.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. That's awesome. Well, kind of different pace here, different speed, we're transitioning a little bit.
All right.
38 years of marriage. We're going back to that.
Oh, no.
38 years of marriage. Do y'all have any advice or anything that y'all have learned? I mean, what could you, what kind of uplifting advice could you give our members here? 38 years of marriage.
Listen.
Yeah. Okay.
We talked about this at the marriage retreat. One of the things we went to a marriage retreat very early in our marriage, and one of the things that they said that has always stuck with us is, "Let me tell you what I heard you say." And when if the spouse comes in and says, I can't stand whatever it is. I can't stand that, I don't know, tree in the yard. I don't know. And the wife says, let me tell you what I heard you say. You know, you're going to cut down the tree that my grandfather planted, whatever. And he's like, no, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, you know, tree makes me mad because it's in the way when I'm cutting. What I hear, what he says and what I hear is not always the same thing. Yep. So if I hear something that infuriates me, I need to make sure that's what he's saying. Yeah. And
better communication.
Yeah. The same and back again, because that has gotten us out of a few tiffs and we hadn't thought a whole lot, to be honest. I don't know. There are things that I care about that he doesn't, things that he cares about that I don't. So I don't know. We've been kind of a good match that way, but that's one of the biggest ones.
So you hadn't been shaking the glass?
No. Actually, we agree that she's the glass shaker.
I'm the glass shaker.
She's the glass shaker.
That's right.
You know, I'm the one that says, "Hey, are you ready for dinner? Here's your plate."
Yeah.
it's all cooked, and so
Yeah.
for me, I think it's realizing that most disagreements are not really worth taking it to the next level.
No.
Yeah.
It's and it's I can think back, not probably count them on 38 years on both hands. I won't say one hand, but that when there's something, I think it's about the way you take it, like relationships. I can have some pretty deep conversations with Alicia, because I have a very deep relationship with her. I can say, hey, I want you to understand, this is what I saw, and I want, maybe you should have approached it differently, that type thing. Not that I'm being critical or I'm upset with you, I'm mad with you. I just, it's, and she takes it because she knows where it comes from. Gotcha. It comes out of love. And so I guess that's mine. It's just making sure that you, when you're saying things, it comes out of love, and don't let things fester to the point that it comes out of anger.
Yeah, I got you.
Yes.
Yeah, which again, that comes from communication, which was really, I mean, I wish more people could have gone, was a lot of the points he made from the, and him and his wife made from the couples retreat. Communication, super important.
Prayer.
Yeah, super important.
No doubt.
Yeah,
no doubt.
Absolutely. So yeah, what has God been teaching y'all lately? Just as we're kind of closing out here, we're just kind of getting personal.
For me, personally, we've gone through seasons. I think, as all Christians do, that we were not as faithful church attenders.
Yeah.
We were not as faithful in our giving of our time, talents, and our tithe.
Yeah.
Just making the commitment to do all three at the same time. I mean, times it's been more time or more talent, more tithing. Times that, one of them may be a zero. And just making the commitment and understanding the faithfulness of God, that I do have enough time. I don't have enough talent. I mean, I could use some more talents. I can, I love to sing, but I'm not that good at it.
Yeah.
And then our commitment to tithing, I think, has made a huge difference in our walk, particularly since we've been back in Blakely.
Yeah. In a world where money is so much thrown in your face, told how you need it your whole life, how you need more of it. Tithing can be hard to commit to at the beginning. But seeing God's faithfulness through tithing is truly miraculous. It really is.
Yes, it is.
I would 100% agree with that, 100%. But yeah, I want to ask you something, Aubrey. Okay, Lord. You and Chris, y'all are Chris Guffey, our pastor here. For those who are new watchers, y'all are pretty big buddies. I would say
we are. I would think so. Yeah.
But y'all have go at each other. Yeah, I mean. So Chris had you arrested on church property.
That's correct. That's correct. First time I've ever been in handcuffs. That's an interesting fact.
So, we're just going to leave it at that.
Well,
We're waiting for what's next.
well, it's,
He tried to. That was another thing. You tried to get him back. A prank war started, or we thought it did.
well, it did, and then Easter, we decided through Easter we would have a ceasefire, and then he had an event at his house that I couldn't I just couldn't add any fuel to the fire.
I thought you were about to say the event from his house was you.
No. We agreed that personal property was off limits.
No, I'm kidding.
So
It's not over.
It's not over.
I'm not taking any encouragement to start it back up. It's just we're going to leave it at that.
Oh, really?
It's fun.
Yeah,
You're laying the swords down.
I have. Yeah, I think so.
Wow.
I still got to have my ammo. I got some ammo in a bag, but I'm not. I'm not going to.
Really?
I'm not going to fire the next shot. Let me just say that.
I'm shocked.
Growth.
It is growth. It is growth.
I'm kind of disappointed, to be honest with you.
I'm kind of shocked.
Well,
and Georgia is going to be very disappointed.
I know. They, we've had the opportunity to have the girls with us on a couple of different occasions, and it's funny how they're giving me ideas.
Yeah, Georgia and Zariah.
And some of them are quite dangerous. So
Georgia and Zariah are 100% Team Aubrey. So
I got you.
And
That's funny.
Isaiah's on the fence. He's kind of keeping it stirred up.
yeah.
Well, he just turned 15, so he's trying not to stir up any much because
He wants a nice truck.
exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I think is that we good?
Yeah. Is there anything that
Anything?
that we maybe didn't ask that y'all'd like to share, leave with the listeners?
Well, there was one question that I can't remember what it was, but another highlight for me was when you guys were in India on the mission trip, and we did the Senior Adult Sunday, and I hope that becomes an annual event because having Graham Harvin get up and give his testimony was like something I just never dreamed that would happen.
Yeah.
And Miss Ann and
Who else?
Miss Terry Hutchins. I'm sorry, Miss Terry, because I begged her and I told her I maybe guilted her a little bit, but what a blessing all three of them were. They to hear their testimonies and their faith through the years was. But I think the one that surprised me most was Graham. Getting up there. Graham's an awesome guy, but he doesn't get much chance to talk. He's kind of like me. There's our spouses don't give us much time to talk.
Why are you looking?
Oh, Lord bless you.
We have.
I resemble that remark.
Communication.
That's
Communication.
right. Yeah.
Sometimes communication's just letting them talk.
Well, I used to tell people, they say, "Well, what do you think about that?" And I was like, "I'm not sure. Alicia hadn't told me what I think about it yet."
Yeah.
Oh, man.
No, I agree. It's awesome to actively see our seniors being open about that, because oftentimes we see seniors as they get older, they kind of just lean on that teaching role instead of being vulnerable. And that vulnerable side shows a lot. It can help people more than they know.
Oh yeah.
One that sticks out for me is Mr. Ronnie Ashley getting baptized last year.
Mm-hmm.
That was, man, how awesome was that?
That's incredible.
That was
Awesome.
cool.
But yeah, that just made me think of that when you mentioned it.
And I've gained so many friends. People that have allowed me to borrow stuff from them, fish with them, hunt with them, just friends just a lot of good friends in that group of senior adults that I know that if I needed something, I could call on them, and they'd be right at first ones to show up and help. Amen.
Good stuff.
Well,
all right. Well, guys, thank y'all once again for joining us here on the Proclaim podcast as we had a good talk with Aubrey and Alicia. Be sure to share these videos. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel and all that, and so we can get the word out even more so. But again, thank you for being here, and we'll see you next time.